Hey there! In this video, I'm going to go over the 7 things that you need to know about living in the Pioneer Valley. Some of these things are going to be pros, some are going to be cons, and that's really going to depend on you. It's honestly really subjective. So I'm going to let you be the judge of that. And stay tuned because I think number 7 is going to be one that surprises a lot of people. So stay tuned to the end and see what I have to say about number 7. And I'm going to get into it. But first, my name is Sarah Maney. I'm a local real estate expert in the Pioneer Valley. So if you have any questions or you need some advice or guidance on living in the Pioneer Valley, please reach out to me. I would love to hear from you. All of my contact information is in the description below. And if you find this information useful or valuable or know someone who would, and you're a giving person, please like, subscribe, and follow, share. I really appreciate it. All right, let's get into it. The 7 things that you need to know about living in the Pioneer Valley. So the first thing that you should know about living in the Pioneer Valley is housing prices. Housing prices kind of run the gamut in the Pioneer Valley. It's certainly more affordable than some of the bigger, more intense parts of the country in terms of housing prices. Generally, you could find the most affordable homes are in the $200,000 range on the very low end. That would be a move-in ready turnkey house, and those are going to be in specific neighborhoods. For example, you can find those types of affordable homes in Greenfield. There's plenty of homes, and these are also going to be great places to invest as well if you are an investor. On the high end, on average, in some of the more higher priced towns such as Northampton and Amherst, we're looking at an average home price in the mid to high 500,000s, obviously with plenty going up into the 600,000 and 700,000s, and we certainly have some million-dollar homes throughout the Pioneer Valley as well. So it really runs the gamut. We're a popular place for first-time home buyers and second home owners alike. Vacation properties, especially in Franklin County, out in the hill towns. And we also have plenty of opportunities for folks who are trying to get their foot in the door into home ownership and might not have a huge budget. That's definitely an attainable goal here in the Pioneer Valley as well. Number 2. If you are planning to move to the Pioneer Valley and you are from, maybe not even from New England, or even if you are from some parts of New England, you should know that some parts of the Pioneer Valley get very cold in the wintertime. Elevation levels vary quite a lot here in the Pioneer Valley. We are called the Pioneer Valley because these are the counties that live right along the Connecticut River, which cuts vertically through the western half of the state of Massachusetts. Obviously, some towns that are right on the river's edge, such as Hadley, Sunderland, so on and so forth, these towns are going to be lower elevation, much lower than some places up in what we call the hill towns. So Conway, Ashfield, Coleraine, even on the other side of the river up in Shutesbury, sometimes you can see a 10 degrees difference on a cold day. And there's also a difference between how much snowfall different towns get as well. So in general, if you're thinking about moving to the Pioneer Valley, and especially if you're not from New England, you should certainly expect some wild winters. Some days we'll have 2 feet of snow, and then 2 days later we have temps up in the high 50s, even into the 60s. And so it's quite a roller coaster here in the Pioneer Valley in New England. If you are somebody who really doesn't like drastic weather changes, prefers a consistent climate, maybe the Pioneer Valley isn't the right place for you. If you're someone who really loves to get out there and who is not bothered by cloudy days, wet, rainy days, slush and sleet, then definitely consider moving to the Pioneer Valley. We have plenty of those moody kind of days, and we also have lovely, awesome weather in the summer as well. Speaking of getting outside, number 3, we have tons of outdoor opportunities. It's an outdoors person's paradise. So pretty much if you can think about it, we've got it here in the Pioneer Valley. Everything from Hiking, we have lots of mountain bike trails, tons and tons of places to go hiking, from mountains to just, more leisurely woods strolls. We have some whitewater up on the Deerfield River where you can do whitewater kayaking, canoeing, paddleboarding, or take a whitewater rafting trip. There's a couple of zip line tour areas. We also have our own little ski mountain up in Charlemont in Franklin County, Berkshire East, or a couple of nicknames for it are the Beast or Berkshire Ice. Very cool spot to go in the wintertime, especially because they have pretty affordable night skiing. So if you're someone who is planning to move up to Franklin County in the Pioneer Valley and you want to do some skiing during the winter, we have Berkshire East super close. So you can get off work and pop your skis or snowboard on and head over there for a few hours of skiing before you turn in for the night. And we're also pretty close to, you can just shoot right up 91 over the border into Vermont and hit up Mount Snow. If you're looking for kind of a bigger mountain feel, you have Mount Snow and plenty of mountains to the west as well if you want to head over into Berkshire County a little more too. In addition to skiing, obviously, there's, we have hot air balloons, we have skydiving, we have, more leisurely paddles. Of course, like I said, we have the Connecticut River, so there's plenty of paddling that is allowed and can be done on the Connecticut River as well. We have tons and tons of state forests with really affordable camping sites as well. Hunting, fishing, boating, you name it, we've got it. Number 4. We are home to a lot of colleges and universities. We have a lot of arts and culture as a result. There's the Smith College Art Museum in Northampton. There's the Amherst College Art Museum, UMass Amherst Center of Performing Arts and the Fine Arts Center has tons of shows all the time. We also have a lot of local music venues throughout the Pioneer Valley, which bring in some pretty big names as well as tons of local musicians as well. Super musician and artist friendly part of the country. Lots of art galleries. We have a lot of street art is highly encouraged in some of the towns and neighborhoods. If you're walking down the street in East Hampton or Amherst or Northampton, you'll often see that there are a lot of paintings and murals on the sides of buildings that have been commissioned by local artists. Electrical boxes have art and paintings on them. In the wintertime, a lot of the towns will do an ice sculpture competition where local ice sculptors come and put up, they literally will carve out their design right on the sidewalk in January. And that's just a really fun thing for folks to do while they're walking around, doing some shopping. And it's a great post-Hanukkah, post-Christmas thing to do. Get outside after the holidays are done and enjoy some local art. Number 5, food. The Pioneer Valley is home to tons and tons of local farms. So farm to table dining is huge in the Pioneer Valley, and pretty much all restaurants and grocery stores are going to be serving and selling food that is at least in part sourced from farms right in the neighborhood. We live, again, right on the Connecticut River Valley. So there's tons of fertile topsoil, and it also provides just such a beautiful atmosphere. If you're driving from town to town, you'll often pass cornfields, sunflower fields, just beautiful farm fields with the Seven Sister Mountain Range in the background, and it really is just wonderful to have those vast views, especially in New England where we don't really have big sky, but in the Pioneer Valley, there are plenty of places where you can go and get a really good long-range view, some nice clouds, mountains, farmland. It's beautiful. Check out some cows too. There's plenty of dairy stops. There's plenty of places where you can go get ice cream from dairy farms right on the roadside. That's another favorite pastime that we have in the Pioneer Valley. Plenty of little soft serve ice cream spots, great summertime activity. And of course, a lot of the towns have a weekly farmers market, which usually happens on the weekends and usually happens in an outdoor space in their downtown. I know Amherst has one, Northampton has one, East Hampton has one, Greenfield has one. I believe most of the towns have farmers markets where you can get local produce as well as crafts and arts and things, home goods made by local crafters as well. And finally, there's plenty of grocery stores and farm stands and things where you can go to buy really affordable, fresh local produce as well. One thing about the Pioneer Valley is that despite having so much going on and so many things to do, we're not really known as a huge nightlife destination. So that brings me to item number 6. Not a lot of nightlife. Don't get me wrong, we have a lot of bars, we have a lot of venues that do provide some nightlife, but they're pretty few and far between, and they're generally not open too much past midnight. So if you're somebody who's really looking to go hit up the club and stay out until 3 a.m. and really party hard, you're not going to find a lot of opportunities here in the Pioneer Valley. We do have plenty of wonderful bars. We have a lot of places that are locally owned where you can go grab some craft beer, some bespoke cocktails, and plenty of places where you can go and enjoy a night out after dinner or after taking in a movie. There is no shortage of that. But in terms of like really clubbing, partying hard, places that you might find more in larger metropolitan areas like Boston, Providence, or New York City, we're not really going to have that here. And finally, number 7, which I love the most about the Pioneer Valley, is the opportunity to have a lot of different kinds of lifestyles here. So that is everything from, if you are somebody who's looking to buy a cabin out in the middle of the woods and just not see any of your neighbors, there are plenty of towns and neighborhoods where that's possible, where you can live up in the hills, in the woods, on a nice private road, and really just do your own thing. On the other side of the coin, there's a lot of suburbs where you can raise a family or live in a more suburban environment. And on the far end of the spectrum, a lot of the towns have lots of awesome, cool new apartment developments, new and old, where you can live right in the heart of downtown, especially, again, Amherst, Greenfield, Northampton, East Hampton. If you're looking to live that walkable lifestyle where you can head right out your front door, hit up the cafe on your way to work, and either take your bike or go by foot to your place of work in downtown, we have that as well. We don't really have a lot of large cities, again, huge metropolitan areas like Boston, Providence, or New York City. Probably the biggest city that we have here in the Pioneer Valley is Springfield, which is technically the 3rd largest city in the state of Massachusetts. You can definitely live more of a city life there, but for the rest of the Pioneer Valley, the cities that you're going to be living in are kind of small cities. You can live the city life on Main Street and a couple of the surrounding streets where there's a lot going on, and you could really easily take a stroll or jump on your bike or jump in the car, and just a few minutes out of the way, you're out in a farm field. So the Pioneer Valley is so great. There's such a variety of lifestyles that you could live here, and that also includes just a variety of people as well. Again, because we are home to such an array of higher education, colleges and universities, we do draw in a lot of artists, musicians, leaders in academics and literature, and it just brings in such a large diversity of people and diversity of thought. It's a really cool place to live while still getting to enjoy that outdoorsy farmland lifestyle. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope that this video was useful for you in your research of the Pioneer Valley. Please like, subscribe, and hit the notification button for the Living in the Pioneer Valley YouTube channel so you can stay up to speed on more videos about specific towns throughout the Pioneer Valley. And again, my name is Sarah Maney. I'm a local real estate expert, and I'm here for you when you're ready to make the move. All of my contact information is in the description below. Thanks for watching.